This is Blade. One of the first characters to get leaked from Marvel Rivals, and the hero everyone thought was going to be in Season 2. It made sense, seeing how Dracula was the main arc of the story at the time, but they kind of explained why Blade wasn't playable at that point by him being imprisoned by Dracula. Now he's out, quite literally I suppose, so how does he play? Well, you know how Wolverine is a melee character to f*** up tanks? Blade is the f*** up everyone melee character. Blade is one of the most stylish looking vampire hunters you'll ever see in fiction. He's cool, I don't know what else to say. And he's a pretty chill guy unless you have anything to do with being immortal or vampires. Then you're just gonna die. He's a mid to close range DPS with two different weapons. The first being a shotgun, except it's a shotgun really by technicality. It's surprisingly kind of not that great up close range. I find it akin to Roadhog's scrap gun in Overwatch. There's a certain sweet spot you need to be at to get the most out of the attack. For being a shotgun, it's decent range coverage, especially how incredibly easy it is to like 2-tap a support at the right time. It's good for keeping opponents at bay. However, should a motherfucker try to ice skate uphill, your sword will most likely make quick work of them. Blade has crazy snowball potential in the game, pretty much at any time really. When going for the dive, you should pretty much pop the Bloodline Awakening ability at all times. You get reduced healing, a new mechanic that lowers the heals obviously, and your attacks go stronger and stronger with each successful hit. Combine this with Daywalker Dash, a sword spin that inflicts slow on impact, and your parry, which will reduce your cooldown on the dash. You'll think you've loaded up f***ing Devil May Cry 5 by the end of it. Blade feels incredibly fun to play. Just unleashing a flurry on attacks on enemies is exhilarating. And unlike Wolverine, where it's largely effective on tanks, Blade can take on just about anyone with this kit. Not to mention his ult, where he does the Virgil meme and applies reduced healing on any enemy caught in the crossfire. It's maybe not as busted as anti-heal that Ana's got, but it's still effective for making support ults weaker and can even one-shot at times. Now with all the praise that I've been giving him, you might start to think that Blade is overpowered. And well, I don't know about that. He's probably the prime example in Rivals where he's kind of a glass cannon. Almost every ability for him applies heal reduction on himself, leaving you pretty open if you charge in recklessly. And while your parry is a useful defensive option, you can still get easily overwhelmed by attacks. But if you play your cards right, know when to dive correctly, you can make quick work of enemies and look stylish as f*** while doing it. Blade might have taken a while to join the fight, but I'd say he was definitely worth the wait.